Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Let Me Tell You Why podcast with Jeremy Jacobowitz. I am your host, Jeremy Jacobowitz, and happy New Year. I hope you guys had a nice little holiday break. I took an extra week off from the podcast because I realized that it was like landing on Christmas, and I was like, I don't know who's going to sit there and listen to this podcast on Christmas. And we were delayed by a weekend one day because I also was like, who's going to listen to this thing or watch this thing hungover in January 2nd? So an extra day, but I hope you guys had a great time. We hope you guys got everything that you wanted. And in this podcast, we are going to take one last look back at 2024. It is my best of everything. We're talking best sandwiches. We're talking best dreamiest bites overall. We're talking my best meals overall. And of course, restaurant news. And we're going to get into my goals for 2025 and your goals for 2025. If you follow me on Instagram, I had you guys send in your submissions and I'm going to read the best ones and hopefully we can manifest this all together. But before we get to that, don't forget jeremyjshop.com where you can buy all this amazing merch. I'm wearing my Egg Salad Sando Blue Crew today. With this exclusive code just for you guys, Jan12, you get 12% off. We have all new winter stuff, Tuna King stuff, beanies, mugs, sweatshirts, caps, t-shirts. And the best thing is if you guys see something, you're like, ooh, I would really love that in this specific color. Just let me know and I'll add it to the website and then you could buy it. This is how personal this shop is. Whatever you guys want, it is there for you. Okay, so we're switching up the format a little bit this week. And we're actually going to start with some restaurant news. Carta is a new Mediterranean-inspired wine bar in East Village. Not only did it have an extensive list of wines from France, Greece, Italy, Spain, and Portugal, but a menu full of tapas like jamon serrano, sandwiches like a tomato and basil focaccia, and desserts like a Basque cheesecake. Sounds great. Cancel, spelled Kancil, and I assume that's how you pronounce it, recently opened and is bringing their modern Malaysian cuisine to the Upper West Side. It is a love letter to the chef's hometown, Tanjung Malim, with standouts on the menu that include Sarawak Laksa, which is a spicy noodle soup with prawns, Ayam Persik, which is a grilled marinated chicken with a rich and creamy coconut gravy, and golden talo fish, chai bui, which is a tangy spice stew with a golden talo fish and preserved mustard greens. They all sound delicious, even if I might have pronounced some of them a little wrong. Sorry. And finally, Sweets and Things is a new bakery in Cypress Hills, Brooklyn, serving more than 30 flavors of tres leches. Think ube, pistachio, pumpkin spice, all along with Dominican coffee. I love tres leches, so this sounds good. The pistachio one? Okay, so it is New Year's, and I know that everybody makes New Year's resolutions. I'm not a big believer in New Year's resolutions because I do feel that if there's something you want to change, then just change it. You don't wait for a specific date, just start right away. But I do truly believe in putting things out into the universe and manifesting a little bit and setting goals. And I think that a January 1st is a good time to be not that these weren't goals before, not that these weren't things I was working on, but goals for the next year. So first, what I wanted to do was look back at my 2024 goals and see how we did. Some of them are good. Some of them did not work out so well. So first up, direct something scripted. I did not do that, but I am working on that. Produce another short. I did not do that, but I am working on that. Eat more egg sasantos in Japan. I absolutely did that. Run the New York City Marathon. I did not do that. Produce higher concept social videos. I think a little bit. I think this sort of falls into that concept of just doing different stuff long form if you're watching this on YouTube. Take more film photos. I did not do that. Double my YouTube audience. I did grow YouTube really, really well. And also, if you want to subscribe right now, that would really, really help me achieve that goal. But it didn't quite double it. Put out merch. Oh, I definitely put out merch. So that's an A+ in putting out merch, finally. I put take more film photos twice, damn, and I didn't even do that. Pet more dogs. I may have. It felt like a good year of dog petting. Okay. Taking acting class. I did not do that. Get to Mexico City. I did not do that. Drink less. Maybe a smidge. A smidge. No more drunk texting. Reduce at least. Maybe a little bit. Lose 10 pounds. I did not do that. Drink more water. A little bit. I will say a little bit. Do everything I can do to keep Biden in office. That one didn't quite work out. Cook more dinners. I did not do that. Take less Ubers. Maybe a little bit. Stop mindlessly scrolling dating apps. I have deleted some of them, so I do think like I get a little bit of pass in there. So as you can see, now listen, I didn't even get to some of those, most of those, I'd say, but I don't feel bad about it. Again, it's just like goal setting. And even if you achieve a little bit of what your goals are, you're going to like have great success. And before we get to my goals for this year, let's take a look at some of them that you guys sent in to me, and hopefully we can like manifest this together for all of us. This one says, survive so I can hopefully start getting Social Security in a couple of years. I hope so too, and I hope Social Security is still around, but we'll see. Help my husband with cooking. That's a nice one. Stop spending so much money on alcohol. Yep, we should all probably do that. Finish nursing school. Yes. Get into running. I love running. Absolutely. It's like, it's almost better mentally than almost, I mean, it's great physically, but almost mentally, it's so great for me just to like run and relax and whatever. Develop a better food routine and finally lose weight. Yep. That's a great one. To finish post-production on my documentary, film festivals get a distribution deal with HBO. Hell yeah, go for it. This one says Trump assassination. I don't trust them, so I'm gonna say this really quietly so I don't get in trouble. They said, is it kosher to wish this during Hanukkah? We're not gonna talk about that one anymore. Buy a house and have a baby. Hope you get to do that. A new hobby that is constructive and good for the body and the soul. Yes, that's what we should all hope to achieve. To post long-form YouTube content. Yep. I feel the same way. Publish and promote a series of books on customer experience business growth. Do it. Pass a California bar. Become fluent in Japanese. Oh my God, those are two things you better be real smart about. Buy 1 to 2 businesses, citizenship in Italy, and share a meal with me during one of our New York City trips. I have to say, so many people wanted to share a meal with me. While I appreciate that, and that is so kind of you, I think you should dream bigger. Dream bigger than just eating with me. Win the Starbucks for Life sweepstakes. I didn't even know that was a thing. I would like a job where I make stupid money. Yep, that is a great goal for everyone. Promise myself to stop wasting my energy and people don't reciprocate. Yep, you could absolutely do that. My goal in 2025 is to get a job offer. Hell yeah, you could absolutely do that. Be better at managing my stress and how I communicate with others when stressed. Yep, I do. I should have that same goal. I want to fly after not flying for 11 years. Yes, you should absolutely do that. Just find like a little flight. Just get it out of the way. Read more new books. Yeah, I should probably do that. I got a stack of them. Actually, side hustle. Yeah, do it. Do not get pregnant. Great goal. I'll be in Tokyo for a week alone, and I'm hoping I'm brave enough to try new things. Yes, you should. Yes, it says I will be doing the exact same, so we could do it together but separately. I just want to have so much fucking fun. Life is a lot, so let's just all have fun and be kind. I agree with that. Match my #1 hospital for pediatric residency. Hell yeah. I'd love to finish writing the screenplay that's been in my head for over 2 years. Ooh, the hardest thing to do, but definitely you could absolutely do that. Want the Dems to get it together. Yes, out of everything, let's manifest that. Okay, so those are great. I hope those things all happen for you, but let's go through mine. And some of them will be similar from 2024 because obviously I didn't really get through all of them, but maybe if we manifest it twice, it'll happen. So, and these aren't in any like particular order, I guess, of what I want to happen. It was just sort of like me thinking. Grow adjacent revenue sources. Yeah, I would love to do that. I think that like one of the things is I'm so reliant on brands. And I think that like having a little bit more consistency with money by growing this YouTube, by growing this merch, by, you know, I got to think about it. This is why it's on my list of goals to do. Having other revenue streams, I think would be really, really important for me. Growing the YouTube is honestly like the biggest thing. And I have that on here too. Hit 100K on YouTube, which would be more than doubling my audience now. But I'm thinking big. It's my goals. And I think by growing that in particular, it helps grow everything. It helps grow this newsletter, helps grow this podcast. It obviously is the YouTube ad revenue. It allows me to sell more merch. Yeah, that would be really great. Double my podcast listeners. Well, that's for you guys. Help me with too. Share this podcast. Let everyone know to listen to this, subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and then maybe we could do that together. So I need your help on a lot of these, to be honest. Run the marathon again. Yes, I would love to do that. Fight less online. Yeah, I gotta stop fighting people online. I do too much of it. It stresses me out. More long form, different YouTube content. Yeah, I really want to like experiment more on YouTube. I feel like it's slowly like a nice slow growth on YouTube, and I'm having so much fun producing for it. And I just kind of want to like break out of what like the standard videos are that I kind of have to do on TikTok and Instagram, and use it to place to experiments. And hopefully those things work really well. And I got a bunch of videos already. I filmed a bunch also. Cook more dinners for myself. Yeah, my goal is like 3 to 4 nights of cooking for myself. I'm getting there. I'm working on it because I got into a streak where I'm just ordering in too much, and I'm a little addicted to ordering in food. It's too easy in New York City. It's too delicious. But for health reasons, got to do a little less. Balance. Host something for someone else. Yeah, I really would love to host something for someone else, different type of platform, a brand, a company, another channel, whatever it is. I think that like, one, it's honestly fun for me. And 2, it just working with other people is always going to make you better than kind of just working by yourself. So to sort of grow and learn and have those opportunities would be really, really awesome. Find my next film project. Always look out for that. It's on a little bit of a pause just because like to do that, I kind of need money. And the movie funds are low, but we'll see what comes across my desk. Fit into some shirts I don't anymore. Oh yeah, there's just a few that I'm like so close to being able to fit back into, and I'd love to be able to do that. Go live more. Yeah, I want to find like a good live strategy. I was doing TikTok for a little bit. I had fun with it. I just want to find like what's the thing, because I love that back and forth I get with you guys when I go live. So that'd be really cool to find something that works for you, works for me. We could have fun with it. I could do as much as I can. So that's something I'm going to think about. If you guys have any suggestions on like what platforms I should be using, what you prefer. Like I said, I've been doing TikTok, but like I have Twitch, I could do YouTube, I could do Instagram. We could do fucking Kick, I don't know. Lower my cholesterol. Yeah, we'll talk about that in another episode. But yes, that is my goal. Take more film photos. That was the same as last year, but the same as this year. And so I'm going to Korea and Japan again. And I don't think I took any film photos last year. And I was like so disappointed in myself. So I think like that's really going to be a thing for me. It's like every day, film. I'm going to try and be nice about America's FAFO over the next 4 years. And that's our fuck around and find out stage of reality. I'm going to try and be nice about it. Because honestly, right now I'm just laughing at everyone. But I'm going to try and be nice. I'm going to try and delete dating apps. Raya doesn't count. Just because sort of like what I talked about from 2024 goals. So it's like just trying to stop endlessly scrolling I think would be great for me. But those are my things. And I'll think about them a little bit more. And hopefully we can manifest yours and mine together for all of us. And again, not a resolution, not a thing I'm starting January 1st. These are things that I'm always working on. But just it's a good time to reflect. And speaking of reflecting, let's go through some of my favorite eats of 2024. And I've broken it down into 3 different categories, 2 of which I've already released as videos, but we'll go through those as well. But let's start with my top sandwiches of the year. I would eat everything as a sandwich. I love sandwiches. And man, did I have some good sandwiches this year on all my travels all over the world, which I was also very, very lucky to do this year, travel everywhere. So, top 10 sandwiches of 2024. Number 1, 7-Eleven Japan. Obviously, I have to start here at the Exiled Santo. I love the tuna santo too, but there's literally nothing like it. I cannot wait to be back in Japan in just a few weeks, and I'll be eating them every single day, multiple ones. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. Utopia Bagel. Utopia stands at the top of the elite New York City bagel list. So you can take your pick of whatever you want to order there, but I'll always get my favorite, which is an egg everything bagel with lox, scallion, cream cheese, and avo. Although theirs, they use smashed avocado. I prefer just sliced avo, but their bagels are so good, they get a pass. All right, number 3, Edith's Sandwich Counter. Almost impossible for me to choose just one sandwich here as my favorite. I love everything on that menu, but I'm going to pick their tuna melt. It's on the seeded rye. It has their giardiniera tuna, and it's a mix of Cooper, Sharp, and Swiss, and oh, God, it's perfect. Daybird in LA has one of my favorite fried chicken sandwiches ever, but this year I finally got a taste of their fish sandwich with the yuzu tartar sauce, and I add on to that their caviar option, making it one of the most expensive sandwiches you can get. And now, is it necessary to add on the caviar? No, it is delicious on its own. But is it amazing if you really want to? Hell yeah. Radio Bakery in Greenpoint, again, a place where so many things I could put on this list from, but if I had to narrow it down to 2 things, I'd say their smoked salmon on everything spiced focaccia with cream cheese. I'm like drooling, literally thinking about it right now. And their tuna sandwich with lemon zest, pepperoncini on a Starato baguette. Everything they do there is just incredible. Katz's and 2nd Avenue Deli shared the number 6 spot. Yes, now listen, I will always choose Katz's pastrami over 2nd Avenue, but I can't deny that both of them are incredible, and it's going to be on a best sandwich list every single year. Kasama is one of my favorite breakfast sandwiches ever, and a must every time I'm in Chicago, on a potato roll that pile on soft scramble, longanisa sausage, American cheese, and a hash brown. It's deceptively simple, but crazy delicious. DeRossi, I finally completed my Philly cheesesteak journey, I think. And the last one I tasted was easily one of the best, and that's the Rossi's, which they have in their homemade seeded rolls. That's the difference. Number 9, Mo Mortadella Lab. While in Bologna, I obviously had to get my Philly Mortadella, and Mo Mortadella Lab satisfied that. With this monster sandwich on a crusty bread, mortadella, stracciatella, and a pistachio cream. Oh, the cold and the hot and the textures and the fattiness and the saltiness. Oh my God, it's so good. And Faico's. For over 100 years, Faico's have been serving New Yorkers giant Italian sandwiches. My order is I get veal cutlet, I get broccoli rabe, and I get a sharp provolone, and I go sit in Washington Square Park, and I have a feast. Let's talk about my dreamiest bites of 2024. First up, Coates Steak and Eggs is just like a bonkers bite. And honestly, way better than original steak and eggs. I don't want that. I want this. It's a hand-cut filet mignon tartare with a Kaluga hybrid caviar all on a piece of milk toast, and just perfection. Japanese pizza was obviously going to be on this list, and while I was there last time, I finally got to Pizza Strada, wood-fired, the best chew, and a bomb of olive oil and salt. I got to figure out which Japanese pizza I'm going to eat this trip, because there's even so much more I got to try. Again, like, I'm drooling thinking about this. Yellow in DC blew me away. Tough to pick from there which was my favorite bite, but their wood-fired breakfast pita with the soft scramble, kashkaval cheese, labna, and a tahini chopped salad. I would eat that every single morning. Curry and tempura koisis in Kyoto made the most unbelievable and beautiful curry I've ever had. It has like 20 different spices in it or something. Just, the aromatics, incredible. Burnt ends in Singapore is incredible. The whole meal was incredible. But the bite I keep dreaming about is this 14-hour braised Wagyu brisket that they put on top of their own sourdough bread with an aioli and homemade pickles. It was literally like meat candy. And then Kafar is another spot that I could probably pick a dozen things on the list easily from to be on here. But the arrayas, crusty, juicy, meaty. Oh God, it's an actual explosion of flavor in your mouth, and I love all these bites. Okay, and without further ado, the top 10 meals I ate in 2024, and to sort of differentiate this from top bites. I think like this is like the whole eating experience. It's so much more than just what that food was. It was ambiance and service and vibes, and honestly, like just how it made me feel. So Kisa, if I want to feel like I'm back in Korea, Kisa is this spot. I've now gone for lunch and I've gone for dinner and absolutely loved both. The kamjatang, which is on a lunch menu, is perfect for winter also. Tanga Eating House is really the reason I love to travel. It's no frills, it's simple, but a breakfast in Singapore I'll never forget. Yangban in LA might not technically be new, but with a new menu and a space revamp from the first time I went, it really felt like a brand new experience to me. And I love their Korean and Jewish fusion menu. And some of the absolute best wings I've ever had. Frog Club, fuck the haters. I loved it here. It was so weird and so awesome, and that burger was incredible. But unfortunately, it didn't make it into 2025. So you guys will not be able to go eat there. I'll just have to keep rewatching my video. Three Decker Diner is a gem in Greenpoint, just the perfect menu and vibes for that old school diner feeling. A little bit of a Tex-Mex flair too, but I just loved it. Like I said, vibes really high. I could hang out there all day. It like embodies what I want in a diner. Totemo was my favorite meal in Houston. It's a Mexican tasting menu that just like blew my mind with flavors and textures and like quality of ingredients in every single bite. Like everything on the menu. Like I saw what it said on the menu, and then I saw what came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is this much better than I ever thought it would be. Kalaya was a Thai food experience in Philly that I'll never forget. Some real heat is coming out of that kitchen. Sakapao was one of my favorite Italian meals, and it was actually in Tokyo, which obviously proves, well, Japan is the best at everything. They take you on a journey with a super playful seasonal tasting menu infusing Italian dishes with Japanese ingredients and sensibility. It almost like afraid to eat it because everything looked like an art piece. But I'm glad I did because it was delicious. Bar Monette is a true gem in Santa Monica. Vibes were right here. But oh my god, their sous vide A5 Wagyu rib cap literally melted on my tongue. I'm not a person that craves red meat that often. I mean, I love a cheeseburger, but I don't really crave things beyond that. But again, I'm drooling. I'm literally drooling thinking about it. I would do anything for that bite. Oh my god. And he opens up a burger spot next door, and that is like high on my list of places when I get back to LA, which will be there in like a week. And of course, finally to round it out, I've talked about this endlessly, Roy Izakaya. It cannot get better than their 17-course omakase room, plus all the add-ons you absolutely need. I mean, I said this in my previous video. It's probably my death row meal, so of course it had to be on this top 10 list. And there you go. So much incredible food in 2024. I cannot wait for what's in store in 2025. I already have so many things planned for you guys and for me, and it's going to be a great year, but I would love to know what your favorite foods were of 2024. So leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment and a review if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you are. You could leave a comment on any video of mine anywhere also. And finally, before we go, what I'm into, and I have been addicted to playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Easily my favorite game of 2024, and probably one of my favorite games ever. I've never even seen an Indiana Jones film, and I was sucked into this story immediately. The game looks beautiful. It has like just enough of a challenge for me, and I love solving every puzzle the game throws at me. I finished it. I didn't 100%, but I finished the story, and I just thought it was just wonderful and like sweet and like had the perfect tone of what an Indiana Jones film would be, and like just a great core balance of it's not a game like there are guns and stuff, but it's a game where like you really shouldn't be shooting. You're not going to succeed that way. It's sort of about sneaking around and solving puzzles and really thinking about the game in like a bigger way. You're like sitting there taking notes or constantly looking up stuff online. It's a great game. It's not even that crazy long of a game. I maybe spent a week and a half playing it to finish the story at least. But there's tons to go back and play. So loved it. It's out now on Xbox or PC, and it's available for free if you have Game Pass. And I do, and I love Game Pass. Okay, and also I will talk more about this at another point, but I did just start watching Squid Games Season 2. and I'm 3 episodes in, and I'm hooked immediately. I do think that they waited a little bit too long because, like, I watched a little recap from season 1. It's been 3 years, and I was like, I don't remember any of this. Like, I remember the overall overarching story, but I forgot every single last detail about it. But I will say, like, if you have enough of an idea of what happened in season 1, you'll be fine getting season 2. So I would check back in with you guys when I finish that. But that's probably what I'll be doing the second I stop recording this. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Remember when I thought these would be like 15 minutes? I don't know why I ever thought that was going to be the case. But I hope you guys had a great 2024. And I hope you have a great 2025 together. And if you made it this far, of course, subscribe wherever you're watching or listening to this. Share this podcast with everybody. Help me achieve my goals with this year. And I will talk to you guys again in 2 weeks. See ya.